Hello and welcome to episode 8 of our Timberborn Update 7 Emberpelts playthrough, cycle 12, day 25. We have 1.3 days left until the end of our current drought. And we've made some pretty good progress last episode or two in terms of diverting bad water and starting to get into some more industrial applications. Started the process of building a beaver hospital / ICU, whatever you want to call it. And I think you guys are right about the power source here. The engine is not really an appropriate thing to have next to beaver ICU, beaver hospital beds, whatever you want to call it. So let's get rid of that. I'm going to keep the power shafts though, because what we can do instead is just put in windmills, even though they only generate 150 HP, which is why I put the engine in, because I was like, all right, well, we're going to have a whole lot of power anyway. But these things right here, these decontamination pods, take 100 HP each. Like I said previous episode, 500 required to power all this. But the likelihood that they're all going to be used at the same time is probably pretty low. Not zero, mind you, but probably pretty low. And since none of this mess is actually finished yet, this is our opportunity to, kind of hit pause on all this and make a little bit more of an elegant solution. Now that we have, in our dynamite category, the tunnels available, we could actually bury our power shafts behind all of this without even having to have anything off to the side here. So what I'm going... I have to peel this back or I'm going to lose my mind. I'm going to pause this one. And then what I'm going to do is behind this, put in a tunnel. Let's go down one more level. There we go. I'm going to put in a tunnel behind here, at least 2 blocks. Because what that's going to allow me to do is just run this either straight up here or branch out somewhere else. It's going to take them some time to get there, so don't worry about that. And yes, I have heard the cries of the injured beavers, and I will, in fact, build additional temporary medical beds. So we'll go ahead and get those at absolute highest priority possible and move on to some other things. You guys have had a whole lot of really helpful comments. And some things I do want to address because I don't think everyone has paid exact attention to what I've said. Yes, these sluices going out here, not the permanent thing forever. I just wanted to have something done before we messed with everything else, and that was to divert the bad water. That's the primary goal. So any sort of other building in this area that would detract from that is secondary. In my mind, feel free to play differently. That's always allowed. But I was of the opinion, of the idea that this was the most important thing to get done first. So that's the thought process I'm going with. I also saw at least 1 or 2 comments saying I only need to have a single wide thing here. But I guess you're probably right. But there's edges in play here when this leaves, and that's going to cause backups. And if I don't have to deal with that because I've already made this way wide enough to compensate for anything, then that's going to be a whole lot easier for me to deal with instead of worrying about it. So it's going to be okay. Don't worry. It might take a little bit longer to build, but when it's done, it's going to be infallible. And that to me is worth more. So they're obviously going to have to continue doing all this stuff. And then yes, I am going to put something coming over on this side. But until I can actually divert anything, there's no point in having the clean stuff go this way if the bad water's also going to come this way. So we'll get there. It may take a little bit of time, but we're going to get there. I haven't forgotten. I haven't changed my mind about having this water go directly here. It's just we got to do some stuff first. So, all of that being said, we do not have extract. Why do we not have extract? Because the centrifuge isn't built. Why is the centrifuge not built? Because I didn't prioritize it. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, we need more planks. That has been a theme here, and we do have large lumber mill and a regular size lumber mill, both working on it. It's just a slow process because we don't have adequate log storage nearby. There, in fact, is not any log storage nearby, and we're going to need to fix that issue if we want to get anything done to any degree of quickness. I unfortunately don't have a great place to put anything over here because of, well, everything. So, as much fun as it has been to have this lodge here, I think this is going to have to go way or go somewhere else. And yes, I have heard your cries. This is now connected, which means this can be disconnected. So we do have 6 empty beds, which conveniently is exactly how many beds I just destroyed. See, now you get to think about stuff. So what we can do here instead is I guess I should... Oh, wait, I forgot they had this. This is actually much better. I was going to stack 2 of these on top of each other. But now the Emberpelts have this nifty large industrial pile with the second story entrance, and this is perfect for right here. So we'll pay the 250 science to get that. Have that set to logs, and there you go. It's not perfect, but it's an improvement, and that's what we're about. So I will prioritize this, not completely prioritize it, but I will prioritize it so they can start working on this. Yes, I know the irony. You have to have the giant thing full of planks to provide the things that make the planks. It's fine. It is what it is. It's going to be alright. But we do have a couple of trees that can be cut down here. We probably should also, in this area, get rid of these blueberries. Well, we can't reach these, but we can if we say, you know what, enough's enough, come delete this stuff. I'll put a couple segments of path in that should allow them to get to these blueberries to get rid of them. And then all of these bushes will just go away. I wanted those to be the first ones, though. The blueberry situation with the Emberpelts, just as a refresher, is not very urgent because the base mod does not require those for reproduction. You can get the Iron Teeth-based reproduction enabled for this. I don't ever really do that, but there's an option if you want to play that way. We just don't need to worry about it for a while, and we will have other berries grown other places. There's also some over here as well. We probably should get these trees out of here. That's not my highest priority at this exact moment in time. I'm going to get this on triple speed so they can get started on other stuff. We do have enough medical beds for these guys to, you know, take care of themselves. So that's okay. Things are looking pretty good in that regard. And to directly address something that I saw in the comments, I have installed the spiral staircase mod, which is, as the name might imply, a mod that allows us to have spiral staircases. We can have this one that goes around a central beam thing, or we have this one that's actually called spiral staircase that doesn't use that. And I think for what we're working on now, this one that is just spiral staircase probably makes the most sense. We can have one coming up here, and then we can have that connect there. We can always tear it out if we don't want it. But there's also metal spiral staircase if we want to get into that mess. But there's all sorts of other stuff that we probably should be worrying about when the time comes for that. But that time is not now. Maybe soon, but not right now. No, I just need to get another 45 planks in here. So they are working on them. And it does come kind of quickly, but maybe not quickly enough depending on your preferences. That's fine. We have plenty of other stuff to address. You also may have noticed that we do not have any scrap metal here. I think we did talk about that. But I'm told that in this general vicinity, there is a mine that we can, well, mine. So I can't see it right now, so let's take this all the way down. Yeah, it's way down here at the bottom. Let's find out what level it is. Aha! So this is buried. We'll call this level 5. And it is not currently accessible. So this could be a good opportunity for us to figure out a way to get down here with some ladders or something. But even though this is, you know, like a nice big open cavern here, it's not going to be easy for us to get in. That will require tunneling. And we already have this set of stairs right here. That goes down to, this is level 8. So if I were to continue going down, remember circuitous pathing, I guess is kind of okay for our purposes here. We could snake it back in there, and then when we get around to actually building the mine, and I have the science for it, so I guess that's okay. It's just going to take a long time to get all those gears. Wait, why does this say... Why is it red, though? I don't want to unlock it quite yet. Is it a height thing? So I was under the impression that this was actually going to fit. It might actually need the next level blasted out. That would be a shame if that was the case. Yeah, it seems that that is the case. We're going to have to do something about that. Well, that is very firmly a problem for, I don't know, 5-10 episodes from now. But we know it's here, and that's what matters. Is there another one close by? Survey says no. Okay, well that's going to be an interesting problem for us to solve then. So where are we going to get... Hold on. Hold on, we have a new cycle, and I don't think I've fixed any floodgates. Oh, that's right, I automatically fixed that before. Should be okay. Yeah, we still have all this nasty brackish water here that we do need to do something about. See, I hadn't wanted to, you know, send clean water through here to clean all this nasty out. But at some point we're going to have to, right? Because we only have bad water coming through here and then from over here. And it is flowing in from this side. But I don't think there's any bad water sources over here. No, that's all just coming in from outside. Okay, well, we'll get there when we get there. The keen-eyed among you have also noted that this floodgate is leaking clean water. And it doesn't have to. So if I put this at 0.95, nothing will come out this way. It will instead just keep filling this up. And then it'll stop coming in this way. It'll backfeed. And then maybe it'll start going over this way. Because I think I have this set. Ah, no, remember. I don't have this set to close above downstream depth because I said that was a terrible mechanic. And I agree with that 99% of the time. But in this specific instance, it would be very, very useful for us to be able to divert some of that. Yeah, see, that's going to cause us some problems here in a little bit. You know, we probably, since there's positive pressure coming in here, we probably could lower this just a touch, and it would push water out this way. But I think I would rather not do that. It actually hasn't flooded over the top yet, so I guess the rest of it's just going out? I don't know exactly where that would be. Oh, that is surging out here. Okay. Well, that's what it's supposed to do, so I guess I can't get mad at it. Alright, they've, in the meantime, finished this mess. Let's come through here. They should be able to reach all of that, and they have. Yeah, it is oak time. Here, 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 and here. This gatherer flag no longer has a reason to exist, so let's just get rid of that. Pop that there. Pop that there. Make sure these are marked for... Oh, they already are. Somebody was a little bit too eager, but I guess it paid off. Yeah, okay, we can feel pretty good about this. Don't really have that many complaints to make. Alright, good. We've started the process of making this. We just don't have planks, but guess what we do have? We have logs. And this could be a very good place for us to send logs. To obtain them, at least. And they'll get to work on that. We do at some point need to build more lumber mills. But I'm trying to avoid falling into the trap of just building big, ugly industry for the purpose of having big, ugly industry so I don't have to worry about it ever again. It's hard, because that's what I'm used to, but... You know, every once in a while, every, what, 5, 6, 7, 8, 15, 20 series, I decide to do something that doesn't look completely horrible, and that's usually how that ends up going. But yeah, like I said, we get planks in here that should get us all good to go. We can start doing all the tunnels. And I am going to maybe, for right now, hit pause on these overhangs, because those are consuming planks and metal blocks, just because we haven't had another source of metal quite yet. I don't see, close by at least, another viable source of scrap metal. And this is something, I mean, I guess we could come all the way over here. That's something we pointed out early in this playthrough, is that was going to be an issue. I could send these guys all the way over here, but there's really not that much, and that's a pretty long trek. So let's go all the way down. Boy, this is desolate over here. Who picked this map? Spoiler alert, it was me. There is one all the way over here, one all the way over here. And then all... Yeah, okay, we're kind of... I'm not going to say we're screwed yet, but it's not looking good. Not looking good for metal, so we should probably be pretty careful about what we use that on. sluice gates for diversions only for the time being. What we might want to consider doing soon, though, is unlocking this badwater discharge. I know this is 200 metal blocks and 50 dynamite, but putting this right here would substantially improve the quality of water flowing this way. It wouldn't completely solve our problems, but wait, is that just going... Hold on, we got a hole here. Oh, I love that so much. Okay, so there's a type of reservoir overflow device. I do not know what it's called, but it's basically this, where it's just like a big channel pipe, whatever, that they've plumbed up to the ideal maximum surface level of the reservoir when it's at what they call full pool. And when it goes over that, the excess water goes over the edge and then out through the pipe, and it discharges somewhere else. And there's a bunch of pictures of these giant ones. It's like, wow, this is like a black hole of terror. Obviously, Timberborn being... It's not voxel-based. It's not the right word, but blocky. Makes that a little bit less terrifying. But that is a really cool-looking thing right there that you don't normally see in Timberborn. Just the swirling vortex of badwater terror, or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, right now I'm not going to commit to putting a whole bunch of metal right here, but eventually that's going to be something we want to do. And of course we do have clean water right here that is going to be a whole lot better to have flowing through here when there's not bad water mixed in with it. You know how it goes. We got plenty of stuff to do. Not really a whole lot of time to get there, but that is the way it goes. Oh yeah, I forgot to put in these last 2 trees here. Let's do that. Yeah, get those planted. That should help a little bit. Yeah, having logs here is going to help a lot. Hey, it looks like we have a centrifuge, folks. Very good. Now we can actually have extract. And I know I just have this tiny little thing here. But that's what the haulers can take care of as we come over here and start with the dynamite to get access to our little caverns. So, another thing that was requested, as I pushed the wrong button, is that we pause this and this so that we don't have all of our water immediately in the tunnel just as soon as we get access to blasting in here. As a reminder, this is at 89,163, and on this level 163 is right here. So we can do this whole tunnel without having any fluid, good or bad, come through here. And then when we get around to this bit, I think it is probably going to be to our benefit. There we go, it just lagged. It's going to be to our benefit to have all of these not built, or I guess not unbuilt because it's removing something, until we absolutely have to, so we can get around here and all the way out to the side. And then, of course, the same thing applies up here, except with this case, I had the dynamite going down to this level here. So maybe we'll do that one last. It's going to be hard for them to take care of all this at once anyway. So, away we go, B for boom. And now we have access to the top of the tunnel. They're going to get that going just as fast as they possibly can. And then we move on from there. So, this platform has to go away so we can start placing ladders. Yes, I am very aware. Let me click on this. Each of these requires 4 planks. I have thought about that, yes. And I concluded that it was just going to be how it had to be. But we're going to continue harvesting the planks as we, blast everything out. Not the end of the world. We'll just make more planks. Yeah, you know how it goes. Long day, long week, long month, very long month. We're having fun with the beavers, though, and that's what matters. We need to start making additional planks. And obviously the best thing to do is just stick another one of these in here. But for that to really be viable, we've got to modify how this operates. So what I'm going to do, I believe this is going to work. I'm going to put a vertical power shaft here. And you know what? No, yeah, whatever. Yeah, I can't. I know. I'm waffling. I'm going to put this up on a block. Because then it will have, I'm pretty sure, let me just, before I commit, pretty sure this is going to have the clearance. Yes! No vectors or victors required. Boy, I hope you guys have seen Airplane. Alright. That is going to require maybe a couple more planks get made before that can get rebuilt. But it should allow us to come in here pretty soon with another thing. And take out these power shafts here too. In fact, let's do that right now. Yeah, just grab all this stuff off the ground. It's already slightly prioritized, but I'm going to super prioritize it. And in preparation, we can also do the same exact thing over here. Yeah, let's just get this locked and loaded. And I think this is going to be fine. Obviously, it's not the most beautiful thing you've ever seen. How many times have I said that one? But it's going to be fine. Okay, so this just needs to have 15 more planks. I guess this is also going to require planks, but I will make this the top priority. They're probably taking all those planks right now over here, since, you know, I did tell them to do that. But you know how it goes. Yeah, just come and come grab these logs at any point. Get that out of there. Yeah, see, we got planks back. That's fine. It's totally fine. They're coming and grabbing those like it's going out of style. Alright, 3 more. So we should have the next couple to get made brought right over here, and then we can build the other large plank thing, which I've already forgotten what it's called. Good job, me. Oh, it is the middle of the night. I always forget that for this playthrough I have that turned on. That's fine. That's what 30 times speed is for. So we don't have to sit here and wait. Alright, somebody come finish this. It's time to wake up. There you go. Good job. Large lumber mill. In you go. Of course, this does require planks also. But it's fine. It's going to be okay. Yes, I know this is very ugly over here. But it's going to be fine. Remember, I need to have this tunnel go back at least a little bit so I have somewhere to kind of hide. Wait a second. You know what I see under there is I see scrap metal. I forgot this was here. Oh, yes, friends. It's not a lot, but it is some. We don't have enough planks right now to really justify going down to get this. But at some point, soon-ish, we probably will. Oh, you know what? We don't need this industrial pile of charcoal here either. And it has nowhere else to go, so I guess that's fine. It is what it is. Now, have we used a whole lot more planks here? Yes, we absolutely have. Let's get those picked up. Now we have a drought approaching, and we have almost 3,000 water. This is very full, so no problems there. Yeah, see, this is fine. I just need to flush this out. The better solution, and I have seen this suggested as well, better solution is to just have another set of dams or levees or something here. And guess what? We've got a bridge, folks. That means that we can put something in here, even if it's just kind of a temporary, quote-unquote, ugly thing. We can put it in here. So I think what's going to make the most sense, since this level is kind of low anyway, put in 3 of those big tall ones, and then 2 just, you know, regular dams on this side. Then we can force some clean water through here, and it will clean just about all of this out. It might leave a little bit in there, but that should help us out a whole lot, and also make it a little easier for us to grow stuff over here when we get around to that, because that is something I've said we're going to do. Good, this is operating as well. Yeah, okay. Feeling pretty good. Just because I have to check. Yeah, see, this is exactly why I did this way. I'm not always playing 4D chess. Sometimes I'm not even playing one-dimensional checkers with myself. But what a stupid analogy that was. Sometimes things work out, and it's okay. Sometimes things don't work out, but it's still okay. There's a couple other things. I do try to take notes when I go through the comments. I don't always get to everything that I want to get to. But I suppose, yeah, putting this in here is probably one of the more requested things, at least going back a couple episodes, so I figured that would be nice to do. We also probably should do some more well-being stuff. I know, like, this storage area here I'm reasonably happy with. It's not perfect, but it's also not terrible. I did also see a request for some other stuff to be done over here. We could have a way for the beavers to get from the bottom level down to here. Depending on how this is laid out, I don't actually remember. Yeah, see, there's a path right here. So what might be kind of cool, obviously not a huge priority, but we could have a tunnel coming out here to like a little observation terrace. I think that would be kind of neat. But I would think I would rather, for the time being, spend our tunneling resources on this mess over here, which, you know, they are doing. But I did like that idea when I read that in the comments, and I want to make sure we do it, so I'm going to put in here, and we'll go... We'll do this, but I'm going to hit pause on this so they can't actually build any of it. We'll just have to remember that this is here, but I do want that to come out this way. And then I will build some sort of observation deck or some sort of nice thing over here. Just because that's kind of a neat thing. Yeah, that pause icon is going to haunt my nightmares. I am absolutely certain of it. Yeah, see, this is where this really, really starts to get fun. Because you can get so many resources back that you can use for other stuff. And then, of course, they're going to run out of, you know, ways to walk over here. And then I will have to put in another path. So we'll leave that alone, as one does. And we're about to be in drought mode in just a moment here. 8 days. It looks like we are, once again, waiting on planks. So why'd you do this with the 2 tall levees instead of the single ones that are only 12 logs instead of having planks? We're using the damn decoration mod. We're getting the most out of what we can do. We also have the decoration blocks. I guess technically this isn't the damn decoration mod because this is actually levees, but they're cut from the same cloth. It's the same kind of thing, except this one actually stops water. Yeah, see, stuff's going just fine here. I know we could maybe be a little bit better. But see, now that we're in a drought, some of this has a chance to evaporate, and that means that when we get this new cycle here in 7.5 days, we can start really flushing the bad stuff out. Will it all be completely gone? No, of course not. There's plenty in here. But it's going to make it possible when this is completely filled in for this to be, you know, growable land. It's going to work out just fine. Now, this has no power because there is no... I forgot I had the smart power turned on. I don't normally play with this. But I guess that's fine to have. It'll be alright. Alright, so this got replaced. In terms of gears, I don't want to be producing any more gears than is absolutely necessary, so I don't have an incentive to put another one of these in. And our storage for gears is almost full. So I think we're fine right now. I just need these guys to make a lot more planks. Come on, autosave. Thank you. If we can get at least some of this diversion thing accomplished today before the end of the episode, I'm going to feel pretty good about this. I do think, unfortunately, we're going to have to completely abandon our make everything look beautiful strategy for, you know, making planks. Because, you know, it's just the way it is. Those are free to build, so I'm not going to feel bad about putting one in just to get a couple of logs. You know how it goes. Every little bit counts. And I've tried real hard not to just blow up land for convenience sake. So, in theory, I can only put another single thing right here unless I were to completely change how this is set up. But I also, remember I said I don't want to just make a giant industrial monolith because that's not interesting or fun to look at. At least in a playthrough where I've said multiple times I want to be more aesthetically minded. So I'm not entirely sure what to do here. I think probably a lot of the problem will not necessarily solve itself, but just be a little bit less bad when I'm not immediately sending all of my planks to go blow up the land around it, around this whole area. You know how it goes. This is a pretty large task to get all the way out here. I don't expect it to be a quick one. So maybe what I should do is I should prioritize these just a little bit so that we have a chance of actually flushing this out. And I obviously have no water to flush through here at the moment because it's a drought. But if this is done, before we get there, we've been over this. I don't have to keep beating a dead horse, so to speak. I do think I should make an effort to get down here, though. We do have all these fun new staircases to play with. But they cost stuff. They all cost the same amount of planks, though, so I guess maybe it's not such a bad idea. Let's also not forget we have these tunnels, too. This is a tunnel through a levee thing that we maybe could employ at some point, as long as everything's clean around it. Oh, man, I wish I had more planks. Eternal problem, right? Okay, this is just clay on the ground. That's right, because I was going to remove a bunch of stuff to make this a whole lot better. So, okay, you know the concept of decision paralysis, where you have too many options and your brain shuts off because you don't know what you're supposed to be doing, because you can't commit to a choice because you're afraid whatever you pick it's going to be wrong. That's me playing this game in this kind of a playthrough. So I'm probably, just for the sake of us advancing to some degree, I'm probably just going to have to throw the aesthetic thing out the window for the industrial bit, at least for the next little bit, just so we can make progress. Like, there's no sense in dragging something out for like 5 episodes because I want this to look good instead of bad. It's like, okay, well, yeah, we all do, but sometimes you just have to make stuff that's ugly but works. So if I put another one of these here, before we get into that, I'd rather have the beavers working in a more efficient workplace, but I need to check and see. Yeah, see, this is one beaver. This is still better, even if this runs at half occupancy. Anyway, all that to justify not putting another building in here, and instead doing this mess. So that's going to just bring this over to, I suppose right here would be enough. Yeah, this takes planks, so it's got to be prioritized or it's never going to get built. I'll put those here, and then I know the large ones do still take planks, but if this is also a priority, then that should keep things nice. This is finished. I was kind of worried that this was not going to get done, but that's fine. Now, why did I build this on this side and not this side? Well, vertically, if I would have put it on this side, it would have been blocking these floodgates. These floodgates do still serve a purpose. Like, this could be, if I ever had to, flush this completely out. I'm not anticipating that being a thing. But in the event we need to use it, I would like to be able to use it. And that's why that's on that side instead of me trying to build this somewhere else. I think it's become time for us to harvest some more planks here. Yep, get 18 of those bad boys back. Alright, so this is now ready to go. I might as well just keep that closed. Yeah, we're not really sure if this is going to be enough generation to meet demand, but we do have the flywheels, so that should help us out. And I need to put another one of these in here now that that's available. It just goes right into the back. It's not like water beavers. You can actually connect things wherever you want. What a concept. But I do have a couple of vacancies here, and that means we're going to need more housing. Yes, I know I did take some out here, but this is not a great place for housing anyway. Got some here. And this area hasn't really been expanded a lot. I know I have this vertical lodge here. That's what was there. Maybe Maybe I should start... Oh, I forgot this didn't need to be a tunnel, because... Okay, well... Wait a second. How did they... Oh! Okay, they walked out... Alright, they walked out the back of this side. Well... It is what it is. Here's what I'm going to do. I've got this right here. Just make sure this is going to attach correctly. I guess it doesn't really matter. Yeah, this would be just fine. If I'm going to put this right here, 250 science, I know it takes planks, but it's going to give us more beavers. This will give us 9 extra beavers, which will help give us some extras, and also still be kind of loosely symmetrical. That should be fine. We'll let them get to it when they get to it. Yep, time for more plank harvesting. Our favorite activity. You will probably become very sick of this very quickly. But look at all this progress we made in just... Oh, wow, it's 37 minutes into the episode. Never mind. We might not get this done today after all. But it is very encouraging progress. So, I wonder if I should have... one side of this be deprioritized. Just so we can make it through here. At least for a little bit. Yeah, let's do that. Let's make our yeah, let's make this a single wide so we can actually... That was deprioritized. Why'd you do that? Must have already had that in the works. It's just going to be faster for us to get something going and then widen it after the fact. That's fine. Wow, I'm actually surprised how quickly that went. Brick-wise. Ah, this is set to make charcoal. Let's fix that. Let's make bricks. I was going to build a second one, and then, well, you know what happens. I keep forgetting it's overnight. They're not going to work overnight. Alright, cycle 14, here we come. And with that comes all this nice, clean water. So what I'm going to do in the interest of beaver cleanliness, since there's nothing in here, I'm going to force this open. And we're going to have a little bit of clean water. Just get in the mix here. And slowly, over a long enough period of time, it will dilute. What's that saying? The solution to pollution is dilution. Well, that's not, strictly speaking, great advice for all purposes, but it is also true that if you put a lot of good into a lot of bad, eventually it becomes less bad, but it's still going to be bad. Anyway, point I'm trying to make is it's an improvement. It's a process. It's going to be okay. I just want it to be to a point where it's not going to poison all the crops and it's not going to contaminate beavers that go into it. Which I guess theoretically any amount of contamination can contaminate the beavers, just that the chance gets a whole lot lower. This is also kind of where I wish I would have put a sluice going the other way too, because this is going to probably stay kind of gross for a while. Maybe I should have put another sluice going this way on top. Well, it's fine. It's an improvement. We're making progress. You know what? These absolute jokers are still... They're still doing the lower priority ones first. Why are you like this? It doesn't have to be this way. You can use your brains. You can do things quickly. Why are you the way that you are? Ugh, man. Please don't do this. Don't make me be like this. All right. Now, if they still do it, then you know what? They deserve whatever comes to them. They've made bad choices. Oh, this is actually kind of clean now. Okay, we're making progress. I guess we'll just have to, see if this spreads at all. I'm not going to sit here and watch this forever, don't worry. It did. It did spread. Okay. I did have that on 30 times speed for a little bit of time. This is at 1%. Oh, very good. I didn't think this was ever going to get to 1%. Just because of how polluted it was. But yeah, this is shoving that nasty all the way out through here. Yeah, okay. So this might actually become tenable in the near future. Look at that, we have 100-something planks. Amazing. Amazing what happens. Okay, now, do not, under any circumstances, for any reason whatsoever, with anyone ever, do anything with you absolute buffoons. Look at this. It's minimum construction priority, and you have access to this. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? This is what I get. It doesn't. I guess it just doesn't matter. Whatever I tell them to do, they're just not going to pay attention. Okay, well, in better news, look how much more of this is irrigated now. That's going to be great. And since we have food storage up here, this, I think, would be a very good place, assuming we can guarantee that this is going to be clean. Be a very good place to grow some annoying crops. Or just any crops. You know, it doesn't have to be tremendously great. Look at all this space we have right here that I haven't been utilizing. Okay, what are we, stuffed peppers or lawn peppers? We're kind of low on bell peppers. Period, point blank. Yeah, see, I have not organized this well at all. Baked beets. We have beets, they're just not picking them out of the ground. Yeah, you know what? The bell peppers is probably the most important thing, so that's going to have to work there. So we'll leave that alone. I do have 6 beavers doing this, which should be fine. I got 13 vacancies. Why so many vacancies? Why is this unconnected now? Oh, okay, nope, that was, I did that on purpose. Do we just have a lot of beavers die off or what? No, I have empty beds. I don't remember adding that many jobs. Obviously this is 2 here, 2 here. Builders that deprioritized. Oh! I still have inventors. We don't need these. We don't need those at all. Okay, that's a whole lot better. Whole lot better to get that out of there. Maple syrup here really isn't great. I know I need to redo this at some point. I still maintain I don't want to have this doing anything quite yet, just because I don't have the metal for it. But I do have the planks, so let's, let's bust out these spiral staircases. I know this one with, like, the central pillar might be kind of tempting, but I don't have a good way to use that right now. This spiral staircase, I think, is going to be our best friend. Yeah, you know what? That is going to be just fine. I am still going to have to do this, though. It also gives me all these pillars with braces and stuff, and yeah, I don't know how to use those yet, so I'm going to choose not to. Come on, there we go. Let's go down this way, go down this way, and then just because this is going to look slightly better. There we go. And remember, this is a dangerous area, and it's also kind of industrial, so path with the railings, beaver OSHA, etc. Now we have all these trees. We can cut them down. We can cut all of them down. We can mark every single one for cutting. Did I get all of them? Not quite. I think that should be about as much as I'm going to be able to reach, at least. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Look at all this. Look at all this. There we go. That's going to get that nice and clean. They are building this quick, I'll tell you what. Okay, lumberjack flag. I guess I'll put one of those hidden back down there in the corner. That's going to be fine. They can start cutting all these trees down, and we can use them for other purposes. Hey, you know what? That doesn't look too bad. And this is all clean, as far as I can tell. Yeah, now this sluice is open, which means this flows through here. The only, the only bad thing about this is the next bad tide, this is going to be absolutely filled with poison. And so is this. So let's hope before the next bad tide I can divert a good amount of this this stuff here. Alright, well, since apparently beavers don't understand what the word no means, we're going to just ignore that and move on. And hope that we can get this entire thing all the way through here. But it is only day 7. So I think we stand a decent chance, so long as we can actually transport the materials over here to get this poked out. And, you know, it is currently still just water here. But if I come into this square, which is 57,126, and instead put my triple dynamite there, that is 57,126. Yep. Right here. Perfect. Yeah, we're going to go down to that. And I'm going to have them start on this side as well, just because it's such a short thing. So that no matter what, if we do in fact have a bad tide coming up, this source can be diverted out here. I know some of it's probably still going to go this way, but an ounce of prevention and so on and so forth. Yeah, let's get that constructed. Yeah, it's just, it's a process. Oh, I forgot they're going to do this mess too. Well, is what it is. Let's grab those down too. Alright, I think this is ready. Alright, boom. Then that gets blasted out. Let's make that the top priority. Put another thing of ladders here, because now we have planks. All it took was just building a whole lot more stuff. What a concept. Alright. And as soon as I say that, that's the one ingredient we're missing. There we go. Alright, platform comes out. Staircase, not staircase, ladder goes in. Then that won't quite be enough. Maybe it will be. I might need to put one more string of paths just right here, and then they can do all that. I'm hopeful that's going to be enough. Remember, this is 3 edges, which should be enough for 6. Yeah, because that's going to be 6.6. Okay, yep. Slow progress. Still progress. Oh, I forgot that was going to take the pass with it. Alright, well, whatever. They built this through the corner. Somehow, they reached their little beaver hands inside this 0.01 micron size gap and put the levee together. That, that is really impressive. Honestly, hats off to the beavers. Good job. No idea how you did it. See, but look how much cleaner this is now. Look at this. This is, like, downright usable. Because all of this is beautiful, clean water. Just flowing through here peacefully. And soon, when I have enough metal, that is, this will be clean also. Fantastic stuff. Now, the real piece of wizardry would be if I built this up so this comes up and out this discharge whenever bad water happens. That, I think, should be on the list of things to do. But for right now, considering we are 49 minutes and 30 seconds into this recording, I do not think I can get that done today. But remind me I want to do this. Because once this bad water source is capped off, all I'd have to do is just, box this in and create a pressure vessel that if the right sluices are engaged, then the bad water comes up and out. And this remains nice and clean. Well, except for, the bad water from this, and then all this mess over here, and so on and so forth. Yeah, they're going to get that taken care of probably sooner rather than later. Alright, I guess I should make this a priority so they actually do it. And then they can take care of the rest. Oh, I need to pause those two. I forgot that was almost bad. They had started bringing in stuff to get this detonated. Oh boy, alright. So, path there that should allow them to take care of all that. Day 10, we are getting kind of close to where we would have a next cycle event. I really hope it's not a bad tide, so I can actually get this operating. We'll see what happens. Okay, we're still looking pretty good. 9 children, 69 adults. That was very recently 11 children, but 2 of them grew up right before my eyes. It's funny how that happens, huh? But yeah, this is great. This is great down here. This is going to be a great farm. Next episode, I guess we can do that. I might forget, though, so, feel free to remind me to do that. Otherwise, food's not looking too great, folks. I think the bell peppers have been, like I said, a big reason why This has not been fantastic. We probably need to have another farmhouse, honestly. I don't know why they're not taking the beets either. Do I just not have storage for beets? You know, that might be what it is. No, I have very full storage for beets. What's up with that? Grilled... Ah, canola oil. Oh, I never rebuilt the press. Oh, man, that's... Okay. You know what? I deserve that one. Let's fix that. let's immediately fix that. Oh, that's bad. That's bad, folks. That's bad. Well, press here, canola oil tank here will be fine. The canola itself is... Do I not have storage for canola? I don't. Well, well, well. How the turntables. There you go. This is where your canola's going to go, at least for right now. Let's just quietly get this built, shall we? And move on. All right. Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. Look at this. Look at this. Let's grab all these. Yeah, not that we need to, you know, harvest all of our planks anymore, but you might as well. Might as well do what you can while you can. You know how it goes. And we're even making progress here. I love to see it. Cool. Day 12, no sign of a warning, so we know we have at least 2.5 at this point, 2.5 more days. And I know in that time we can get at least a tiny hole taken care of. And then last thing that we possibly could do, if we know we're going to have a bad tide, is detonate one of these. And then just have the beavers get the heck out of there. Same kind of story here. It's not going to completely remove everything, but it's going to help. It's going to help. That'll be just fine. And then, yes, next episode or the one after that, I can come back in and put another set of tunnels here to take this in that area, and that's going to be okay. We'll get there. All in due time. Oh, they haven't finished that power shaft. Well, hopefully someone comes and does that. Come on. You know you want to. You know you want to finish it. All right. I will incentivize them then. We're going to have to end here in just a little bit, but I would like to get that diversion finished. All right. So that is really, honestly, astounding that I had forgotten that for probably at least an entire episode. But you know how this goes. So a whole lot of stuff happens in these videos, and I am not superhuman. I'm just a guy who accidentally became a beaver micro-celebrity on YouTube. There we go. Yeah, see, we're making nice progress here. Well-being's at 23. I would like... Oh, now it's 24. I would like to increase these numbers. The grilled bell peppers. There you go. And grilled beets. Got to give your mouth enough time to catch up to what your brain's trying to do. That's a me problem, not a you problem. Unless it's a you problem, in which case then, hey, I know how you feel. Got to get these back up. I don't know if they're +2 or +1. Probably +2, judging by how small this is, where it says 0.1 and these two being the same. Stuffed peppers will help. That'll be a +2. Baked beets, if we can ever actually make any, will be a +2 as well. Yeah, okay. Once I figured out how in the world I was supposed to do anything, then I guess that's going to be a nice improvement. And I suppose there's not a lot of metal over here, but there's also no reason not to take care of this. So I'll just pop that in there. They'll grab what they can. And then that's that. It's nice to be able to get so much more wood over here, though. Very, very good. All right, once again, we go down to this level. Yeah, good stuff happening here. And somehow still no warning. We're on day 14. I guess I forgot how long normal cycle stuff is. I'm so used to hard mode where it's like, oh, it's day 8, time for suffering. It's like, no, okay. You can have time. You can relax. It's going to be fine. All right, how are we looking over here? Okay, they've definitely started doing what I asked them to do originally, which I don't know why it took them so long to... Okay, never mind. Never mind. I guess if they have the opportunity, they'll do what I told them to do. If not, then they're like, well, I don't know, boss. You didn't tell me how to do this. I'm like, all right, you're completely incompetent, but whatever. Can't fire you. You know how that goes. You ever notice how people get promoted to their level of incompetence so often in jobs? I don't know. That's a tangent we probably don't need to go too far down. But yeah. If you're good at your job, then you get more work. If you're bad at your job, then you get to... Okay, all right, we're moving on. Oh, boy. Well, I did say I wanted this to get tested. See, now this has become substantially more interesting. Yeah, I think now we have to approach this pragmatically. Beavers obviously don't want to get wet. However, this needs to get done. So 16-hour days, I think we're going to go to 18. Don't worry, I'll put it back before the end of the episode, and if I don't, you can yell at me. Yeah, see, now we're cooking here. What I don't need is I don't need these right now. And there's no way they're going to build all this in 2 days, but I know this can at least get detonated to go out this way and have some sort of flow. So what's going to have to happen now? Let's hit pause. Let's think about this. No, I forgot the music was going to stop too. This actually goes all the way outside. So that can come out there. I have to just go ahead and get these opened up. That's going to be the most important thing, to just allow flow and then fix it later. So they're going to be miserable. They're going to be wet. Life goes on. It's going to be okay. I'm going to, you know what? I'm going to say, just because this is going to be easiest for them to build, I'm going to try and have that completed. But if they can't do it in the next 2 days, I'm going to have to pull the plug before anybody gets super poisoned. So now, I guess I technically only need one of these, but I'm going to do 2 there. So they're going to take this. That doesn't need to be done quite yet. Here, 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 here. Yeah. We got 2 days. I think they can make it happen. Just need to, you know, just have the beavers deal with it. If they get wet, so be it. Yeah, a little bit more. There we go. All right, so that one's done. We just have... Now there's nowhere to put the planks. Oh, wow. What a concept, huh? Okay, even though these are... Oh, that's paused. That would be why they're not going that way. Where's your problem? Yeah, all right. Did I... Yeah, you can't see the pause icons on this level. That's why that's happened. All right, here we go. Time for... Okay, I'm not going to finish that sentence. You already know what I was going to say. These also have not been unpaused. Wow, I have not done a good job at you know, foolproof checking everything. All right, final day, folks. Let's get this thing rolling here, because I really don't want to have to. Really don't want to have to get this unpoisoned again. Because don't forget, I also have to put actual sluices in here to force the good water to go out this way. Alright, this one, there we go. Alright, that's one technically taken care of. And it does let a surprising amount of water out this way. So again, it's not going to be perfect, but it's going to do something. Okay, you guys don't need to be doing this. What? Are we out of explosives? No way. No way. Are we seriously? Hold on. No, there's no chance we're out of explosives. Okay, why? Of course we're out of charcoal. All right. This has suddenly gotten extremely stupid. All right. Absolute mission critical, end of the world if this doesn't happen priority. Oh no, this is all right. Well. Okay, this is fine, I guess. Yeah, I can't justify having anything else come here. I mean, this is technically open. It's going to be good enough. Okay, this is now... Take the corner out so it's easier to see. This is now off limits. No more construction here. Go away. Go do something else. Is this going to be starting at all? Okay, 24... I almost changed the layers. 24-hour working hours. All right, you got man, you got half a day. You have half a day to do this. Can you get it done? Do any of these have explosives at all that I could harvest? I don't think the answer is yes. Wait a minute. Triple dynamite. There you go. Come and get it. Oh, it's a single explosive. Okay, well, you know what? It's better than nothing. It is certainly better than nothing. So, okay, which one of these is going to be the most important one? I'm going to say... Well, they're all about the same strength. If I don't do this one, they can continue where... no, I'm not going to play that game. I'm going to pause that. I'm going to pause that. I'm only going to have 2 of them. One of these is going to be better to have partial flow from 2 or partial flow from 1 better than none. All right. Triple speed, 24-hour workday. You figure it out, or else. So why are they now spending all of their time going to get all this garbage off the ground? Oh, that's right, because I have the mod that prioritizes that. Not my finest hour. Did they grab this? They did not. Okay. Oh, they can't reach it. Okay. You know what? Yeah, I deserve it. I deserve it. Everything bad that has happened to me is my fault. Just come on, man. Just do me a kindness. Just do me a kindness. Do me just a tiny sliver of kindness. Okay. That's all we're gonna get. It's 0.1 days. This is over. Just get out of here. You're done. It's completely over. Just go home. Go home. You better get out of there. You're gonna have a really bad day. You're gonna have a really bad day at work. Stop it. Get some help. That's a good meme. All right, you realize in less than an hour's time you're gonna be up you-know-what creek without a paddle. Okay. Bad tide time has begun. It's only a 3-day bad tide. Hopefully nobody gets super poisoned. But I do want to take a look at how this is... Okay, so this is only slightly doing something. This is actually working decently well, because it's so close. And obviously this is going to be... Ugh, it's going to be poisoned. Regrettably. But it happens. And now I got to take these guys off of 24-hour working hours, or I'm going to get absolutely steamrolled. Well, what can I say? I tried. Doesn't always work. A lot of the time, stuff just, you know, fails for whatever reason. Most of the time, the reason is my own incompetence, but that's the way she goes. I'm glad you guys are enjoying this series. I really appreciate the helpful comments. Those of you keeping me on track as well with the constructive criticism. Always welcome. But it is unfortunately time for us to say goodbye. But not before acknowledging the beard boosters. Folks making it possible for us to do these videos with no sponsors and just having fun playing the game, not worrying about chasing the algorithm or clickbaity titles or whatever. Which, hey, make your videos how you want to make them. If that's how you do it, that's fine by me. I'm just going to choose to do these how we've always done them. So whatever it is you're doing with the rest of your day, stay safe, have fun, and we'll see you back again soon for more Beaver fun. Take care, friends. Bye-bye.